What's going on, everybody? It's J-Ron here. Tonight, we are doing, or whatever time of day for you is, for me, it's night. We're doing a Souls Games Boss tier list from tiermaker.com, made by the good old Blue Quill. Like, I know him. I really don't. So, yeah, we're going to rank all of them from Demon Souls to Elden Ring. And I just want to express any kind of statement I make is all an opinion based on the game's bosses and not actual truth. Remember, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. And as a baseline, I feel it's pretty straightforward, but we should say. So B is mid, just like the average. Good, and then stupendous. The S actually means something, the stupendous. C is meh. And D is just bottom of the barrel. And I'm sorry for the ad. It just won't go away. I'm going to stop seeing that ad. Oh, and then do it again. We'll show you. We're not interested. But it's just not going away. So I'm very sorry for that one. And we are off. Boss number 1, Phalanx. For the first boss of Demon Souls, I would say, I don't know. Phalanx is nothing special. I don't hate Phalanx, but Phalanx is nothing special. The lore behind her is pretty neat. She was an archer having all these, or archer for having all these knights protect her. Lore's okay, but see, I don't hate it, but it's not like, it's meh. It's meh. The Dragon God. You know, if they actually did something, I feel that's like a no-brainer. If they actually did something with the fight, I'd be super into it. But it's just a puzzle, and like the presentation's like awesome. And he's at the bottom of this like pit, lava. It's so good. And then you gotta break rocks to get around him and shoot him in the hands, then punch him in the face. It's dumb. It's really dumb. The original tutorial boss. I like this fight. I really do. He's a little chunky in the beginning, but obviously he's a tutorial boss. I don't really like him in Shrine of Storms because he's just kind of like a chump with a bunch of like manta rays shooting things at you. But I'm going to put him on B. I feel like it's a good average bar. Vanguard Demon is pretty cool, especially in the remake. He's got that booty jiggle physics. And if you beat him in the tutorial, you get some cool stuff afterwards. Then having the Dragon God meet you to a nice punch in the face. But anyway, on to Fool's Idol. Yeah, why not? It's pretty mid. I mean, it kind of takes that like puzzle fight aspect of all like or like find the cheap trick in Demon Souls antics. But I feel the presentation of Fool's Idol is pretty good. I don't think the fight's that bad. Avoiding all like the magical glyphs so they don't stun you and you don't die due to a flurry of soul arrows, I think. Whatever the spell is, it just destroys you. I feel, it's good. It's good. It's not great. It's not stupendous, but it's good. Same kind of like with Armored Spider. I love the presentation. I don't think he's like anything stupendous, but the fight itself is unique because it's a spider that shoots fire, shoots its webbing. You hit it in the appendage to get damage. I'm not going to say what kind of appendage it is because I don't know. But I don't know. It's a dynamic enough fight. It has a couple keep the F off you moments. Keep the F off me moments. But other than that, average. Okay, the Man-Eaters. I have two sides of this fight. I love it, and it's BS. But the BS does not weigh the actual good side of the fight. And it's like kind of goofy to watch the gargoyles like flying out because their AI is so jank and they didn't change it for the remake. That's what gives it its charm. It's still super janky, super silly, but they also can mess your day up, especially when they turn into Gang Squad if you don't beat the first one fast enough. I'll give it an A. Old Monk. Old Monk. If there wasn't a PvP side to it, I give it a D. But the PvP fight can be fun. But I don't know. The lore of them, I don't know. I just don't dig them. I don't really dig Old Monk. But it's not as bad as Dragon God. And another one of those meh adjudicator. I don't know. The presentation's cool. The lore of it is kind of just like he just ate a bunch of demon slayers. He would have more going for it if he just didn't have like 2 moves. And then he takes like 3 hits once you hit the... Depending how powered up you are, you could take 3 hits from the golden bird on the top of his head to kill it. But like I said, Demon Souls has gimmick fights. Adjudicator, neat presentation, but it's like kind of like eh. All right. Old Hero. I do like this fight quite a bit. It kind of gets neutralized because of the thief ring. But I still like it. I think he's cool. And if you get caught in his like slams, you get messed up. I'm going to be on the more positive side with Old Hero. I'll give him a tentative A. He might be moved, but I do like this fight a lot. Quite a bit. Storm King, another one I'm kind of on the fence with about like being like good, but at the same time just kind of like all right. Kind of like meh. Like I think it's good, but it's also meh. Like the Storm King itself is awesome. I hate those manta rays in Shrine of Storms though. They're so annoying, and just have them everywhere in the boss fight. It really... See, yeah, now I'm formulating a choice here. Boom. We'll give it a B. Not an A because of the extra manta rays. Not a C because the Storm King is actually pretty awesome. We'll give it a B as a whole situation. Just a bunch of leeches. If anybody tells you different, they're crazy. It's just leeches. Fire crushes them. I'll put Dirty Colossus up here because he's a stinky boy. But sometimes stinky boys can be all right. I don't know. I like some of the stuff he does. Okay, I feel like I'm leaning more towards B. Hot take, average. I think he's way better than Leechmonger. It's kind of like almost the same fight. Way better than Leechmonger. He shoots flies at you, so there's some kind of danger outside, but it's also like similar danger. I don't know. I'm going to keep it at B. Tentative B. Tentative B for Dirty Colossus. I just noticed where Tower Knight and Flame Lurker are because I had to restart the video. All right. So they're after the Bill of Gargoyles down there. All right, Maiden Estrella. I do like her. I think she's going to be... Her lore is going to bump her up to B. Garl Vinland is Simp Vinland. There's no fight with Maiden Estrella. You're fighting Simp Vinland and some undead babies. It's freaking weird place. But her reason for becoming a demon is very noble. Very, very noble. Penetrator, my dude. I love that fight. One of my favorite fights in Demon Souls. I don't think it's enough to be S. It's so close. So close to S, penetrator. But just because I told you the order doesn't mean anything, but we'll put, actually, you know what? Here. Get out of here, man-eaters. I guess there's going to be some kind of meaning towards the location of the bosses. I don't know. The rules will change a million times. King Gallant. I'll put him be right here. Good fight. That's a really good fight. I like the Old King Law fight. What is it? The clone of the king himself fighting in his somewhat prime. It's pretty badass. Or illusion of the king. I don't know. You fight, or his demon form. But there's his demon form right there. I guess there's true King Gallant. Which, going on to that, fuck you. He's a chump. He's a chump no matter what. He dies squealing and whining. He's a chump. Chump no matter what. The lore, I feel like the lore would bring it up a bit, but he dies like a chump. So, this is my favorite fight. This is my favorite fight in Demon Souls Tower Knight. You weren't there. Is that 2009 when the commercials were out? I think the feature was the slamming down of the shield of the Tower Knight, and then she's like, "Yo, what is this? What is this about?" Though it is gimmicky, like most fights, hit him in the ankles, club him in the head. I still think it's pretty good. You have to go kill the archers from the top, or the crossbowmen from the top floor. But he has a cool enough presentation. And he does kind of pose a mild challenge if you don't know his moveset. Onto Flame Lurker. Flame Lurker's definitely A. I feel like it goes like this. Definitely an A on Flame Lurker. It's a good fight. He's a little goofy. He jumps around a lot. If you have magic, he just melts. But it's really goofy to watch him go. It's kind of like watching like a toddler just jumping around and ready just to like wrestle around. It's humorous. Humorous. All right, on to Dark Souls, it looks like. So, for the tutorial, Asylum Demon, because we have like 3 variants of this thing. And I think they're all kind of the same. I think Stray Demon is the best variant. But here, you know what? Can we get them all? Yeah, let's get them all out of the way. I have Stray Demon in here somewhere. So we had... If we have Stray Demon, we can just knock them all out. Demon Fire Sage, Stray Demon. All right, so I will say Asylum Demon for a tutorial boss. Out of all of them, I can't put him on. I could put him at the end of B. Stray Demon, I think, is the best version of this boss type. Just because... Oh, wait, we'll put you over beyond Vanguard Demon. Well, yeah, I'd say Stray Demon is better than Vanguard Demon. It's the best version of that. And then Demon Fire Sage, like at that point, you're just like... You know he's weak to fire? Did you know the Demon Fire Sage is weak to fire? And onto another demon, Taurus Demon. I feel like where he's placed is good. But then you fight like a gajillion of them. Well, you fight like 7 of them later. I don't know. It's just... I know, it's just nothing special. Bell Gargoyles, eh? Bell Gargoyles, I'll give... We'll give you... I feel the Bell Gargoyles are completely average. Because that's also like your first... I feel like your first good skill check. I don't think it's a bad fight by any means. Here, move a Stray Demon over. Get out of here, Stray Demon. Get out of here. Jesus Christ, I am sorry. All right, cool. We have to start. No, we don't have to start. All right, Stray Demon. Move over, Stray Demon. Sorry, that was a little complication. My mouse gets a little jumpy. Yeah, I feel like this could be the benchmark of the bee. This might be the standard of where the bee is going to be. Perfectly average fight. But it does all the things well. It protects the bell. It shows you that you can break off enemy tails. It shows you that for a newbie, that's a pretty hard fight. That's a pretty hard fight. A lot of people quit at that point who start Dark Souls and they get stuck on the Bell of Gargoyles. I get it. It can be hard. Moonlight Butterfly, eh? Stupid. Unless you have a ranged weapon, it's just such a boring fight. Just due to it being really boring. Due to it being... What is going on? More ads. So if we want some of this, guys, right here. Aldi. Not sponsored. Oh, my God. Get out of here, please. These ads are killing me. So it's boring. It's a stupid fight. It should never be a fight. I feel it's slightly better. Do we really think that Demon Fire Sage is worse than Adjudicator? I think it's worse than Phalanx. Phalanx at least sets you up something special. We put Old Monk all the way down here. I guess we'll be adjusting. Moonlight Butterfly, better than Adjudicator? No. Better than Tor... Boom. It's better than Old Monk on all three of these. Capra Demon, I'm kind of thrown aside. If they didn't have the two dogs, I would feel that the fight, though, would be easier, wouldn't be as good. Capra Demon's a real toss-up here. I would say tentative B. And at the same time, we do fight a million Capra... Oh, not a million, but a bunch of Capra Demons later. And they're no threat. But where you fight them at the time of the boss fight, I feel it's a pretty proper place to be. I mean, it's really proper. So I guess where his placement in the game is gives him the tentative B. I don't think he can be a C because there's no meh. And we all knew we've gotten frustrated because of those damn dogs. And then once we beat them, we were just like, yes. Gaping Dragon was my first holy shit moment in the game. Like, for the first giant thing, like, what am I going up against here? I'll give him that. Before Old Hero on A. I think I love this fight just because of it showed me the grandness of what it is. Yeah, such like a moment of just like, huh, what am I doing? Can I beat this game? It's one of those moments. All these games have their moment for everybody the first time they play it. That was the moment for me. I'm like, well, we're going to go for it. Chaos Witch Quaylog. I don't know. An A or a B. Like, I feel that it's a good fight. Yeah, I'll give it an A. She's protecting her sister. She's protecting the bell. She's best buds with Igley, who is a cretin. A groveling cretin. Give her an A. I would say, just because Flamelicker is a little more dynamic, he jumps around like a dope, but like he's just fast. Whereas she scuttles along really quick. She just can be kind of cheap. The King of Kings, Pinwheel. We all know where Pinwheel goes. S. The King of Kings. No, F that. Um, he's meh. He's a meh. He's not hard or anything. He's just meh. If you know who Pinwheel is, he's a dope. Iron Golem. So if the Belfry Gargoyles is our like benchmark of averageness within the game, I will put him. Though I do like this fight, and I do like the fact that like you can hit him in the heels, and he can tip backwards and potentially fall off the podium, which is pretty neat. He's got a couple cool dynamics. He's defending Anne Orlando, essentially. Let me think. I'll give him a B above the benchmark. The Bell Gargoyles are still the benchmark for B, but he's not good enough to be A. As I look, I'm like, yeah, I can agree with this so far on the top. We have no S tiers, by the way. Crossbeat Priscilla, absolute A. Even though she even tells her not to fight us, tells us not to fight her. Boom, right there. Oh, actually, I like her more than Chaos Quaylog. Remember, that's what I like in this situation. I like her more than Chaos Witch Quaylog. Technically, I like her story more than all of these guys together, but they're just more dynamic for me. And fight-wise. So, yeah, Priscilla, she's a sweetie pie. I kind of have to. Beautifully done gank fight. Beautifully done. Then like your first true test, and then the game goes downhill. You go after the 4 Lord. You get the rest of the Lord Souls. But Ornstein Smo is a great fight. It's S for me. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Gwendolyn. I'd say meh at the top of the meh. The benchmark of meh. If he didn't teleport so much, he was a little more more dynamic in the fight. I give him average. I give him the B. But he's a C. He's meh. He's meh because he's a freaking cheap chump. Has to teleport. All right, let's knock the hot take out of the park. I'm sorry. Worse than Dragon God. Dragon God's pretty bad. Sorry, guys. I know what people were thinking. I just saw it. I caught Bed of Chaos. I'm like, I have to. Give it an S tier. No, it's in D. It's a D fight. Worse than Dragon God. I think I just have had more just mental pain from Bed of Chaos. The Great Grey Wolf Sif. Doggo. Tentative A. I think it's a good fight. Love the lore. I love myself a doggo. And I think the tentatives for the time being are going to stay where they are. I think that's what it's going to be. The Four Kings of New Londo. It's a DPS test. I don't know. I've had a lot of good times. I've had a lot of like good fights and all that crappy fights with the Four Kings. The Soul Level 1 run actually was probably like one of the easier ones because you can just dress. It doesn't even matter if you fat roll or not because you just don't care at that rate. You're just doing what you can to survive. I'll give them a Forestry Demon. Why not? And as I'm looking, Silent Demon is better than Dirty Colossus. Is better. Haven't decided on Armored Spider yet. Dirty Colossus is... I like Dirty Colossus. He's a stinky boy. Ceaseless Discharge. He's protecting what he thinks is his sister's grave. honorable intentions turn into Lava Boy disappointment. I feel that's yeah. He's just such an afterthought, especially when he can just jump off the side. Centipede. Okay, so I gained a little love for the Centipede Demon. Tentative B, a little love. I just did a randomizer. A little bit of love for him. He's going to be in B. He's going to be at the end of B. The fight kind of is annoying when you're in going towards Lost Izalith, his fight. But in the randomizer, I just had some funny situations where he was just there. And it's just like, what the hell is this, dude? What's going on, man? You're there. You're just being wild here. It was funny. I think I had him in, was it Ornstein and Smo? It was him and Lord Gwyn. And it's just like, you could see he was like right in the Centipede team was like right in the front, ready to go after you. Then you see this lunatic running behind the Centipede demon. And then I like them just come around the corner. It's just Gwen just sprinting around him, then just doing the big boy jump at you. Oh, that was hilarious. Seath the Scaleless. I'm not a giant fan of Seath, but you gotta give him credit where credit's due. He's not a meh fight. I'll give him. Seath is better than Armored Spider. I think I would say Seath is better than Stray Demon. Seath's better than Stray Demon. Archives are cool. But I just don't really like him. He's a traitor. He's a traitor to the dragons. Nito, I'm kind of torn on. I'll give him frontline C, possible B. Oh, no, Nito's better than Centipede Demon. Better than Manishtraya. Gravelord Nito right there. Because I looked, I'm like, I know. I'm kind of a sucker for his fight. But at the same time, like, it can be cheap when he does like his Gravelord dance, incantation or miracle at you when you just get down there and if you don't have any like blessed weapons, those skeletons keep coming up. But he does blast them away. Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. So I feel like the tale of Gwyn is tragic, but he's also a dope. He is better than the whole of the Lord Soul bosses in Dark Souls. He's way better than them. So it has to be above Seath. I feel his fights are even a little more dynamic. If you get that parry down, it feels real good. We'll leave him there. Sanctuary Guardian. I hate this fight. He's a chump. C. But if you think about it, he is better than. It's a better fight than like Ceaseless Discharge. I think there's a lot of fights that are better than Ceaseless Discharge. He's not in a D. He's not going to D just because he was protecting his sister. I mean, right at the front of the pack, if not even an S, I gotta say, I'll give him top tier A for the time being. As we go through all of these, my mind's going to change on stuff. I'm going to see different things. We do have a ways to go, so buckle up, guys. Manus. I like Manus a lot. He's also a bitch. Some of his shit's kind of like corny. And you know what? F him. He's below Sif because he tried to kill a dog. He beat Artorias. Artorias saved him. Manus tried to kill his dog. Did you ever think about that? Sif was there with Artorias. Manus tried to kill the dog, kill the best boy protecting his master. I hate to admit this. Calamite has given me a lot of pain, especially during the Soul Level 1. That was hours until I figured out the right strategy. But you gotta give credit what credit's due. It's still a good boss fight. He's better than Iron Golem. He's better than all that. But I can't... Yeah, he's better than all of them. Would have thought all the DLC bosses made it. Hold on. No, I'm even lost myself right now. No, they did not. Sanctuary Guardian's a chump. All right, Dark Souls 2 now. Last Giant. The most average of average. I feel like we can get a lot of these with Dark Souls 2. There's not a lot of good boss fights there. Bell Gargoyles was the benchmark. We'll also put him as the benchmark for Dark Souls 2. So look at that spot right there. Last Giant, Bell Gargoyles. That's the benchmark. Now I'm looking at it. That's the Dark Souls 2 benchmark. That's the Dark Souls 2 benchmark. The Last Giant. And when he sees you, he's pissed because he remembers you. He's pretty devastating. Pursuer. I like the Pursuer fight. I like how the fact that he's just reoccurring in like 3 different areas. Or was it? He reoccurs in... You got twice. Force the Fallen Giants. A whole bunch. Lost Bastille. Once on like a new game plus cycle or a new game plus cycle in Drangleic. And also in the Iron Keep. 4 places. He shows up a lot, and I'm never disappointed. He's a little tankier in the Iron Keep. But we'll put him right underneath Manus. Fucking stupid. Worthless. I like Cecil's just charge better than the Dragon Riders. I don't think it's terrible, Dragon Riders, but old Dragon Slayer, I mean, we'll go above Asylum Demon. I think they were just trying to strike lightning in the bottle there, bringing back Ornstein, but Flexile Sentry. I think he's just kind of average of average. I don't like him. Yeah, he's the average. He's so average, it kind of like pains me. Above Dirty Colossus. I'm really hating on Dirty Colossus. In fact, here. Judging by her lore, she should be higher up on there. Ruined Sentinels, I'm kind of hit or miss on. Some days I like them, some days I hate them. They're nothing above a B. I'd say above Maiden Estrella. It's dynamic, but like I don't know. I think just the way I feel about it. Now the other Belfry Gargoyles. Let me take a look. Just be sure that we're doing this right. Yes. The other Gargoyles, meh. It's meh. That's pure meh. Benchmark of meh. If you want meh, there you go. Meh. Now Lost Sinner, on the other hand. That's a fun fight. That's a super fun fight. Give it an A. Our first A on Dark Souls 2. Nope. No. Um, I mean, I like all of those more. That's probably not a bad order, to be honest. This is probably like, I'll look at B. I'm like, this is a hot mess. I'm looking at A. I'm like, yeah, 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 that seems pretty accurate. I'm still on the fence about Artorias, by the way. Still on the fence, but we have a ways to go. Rat bosses. Rat bosses. Stupid. Rotten I actually kind of like. Where's our benchmark of mediocrity? Last Giant. I like this fight a little more than the Last Giant. I mean, he's kind of like just like a mass of bodies, and it's just kind of weird. He houses Nito's soul. It's a better fight than Nito. I can give you that much. It can't be better than Gwyn. So I think what we're saying, if it's better than Gwyn, Gwyn should be the ultimate B. Should be the ultimate B. He is variable. I would say right underneath the Four Kings. Nachka, I don't know. It's a weird one. I feel like they were trying to just copy our girl Quelaag. It's not that great of a fight. I mean, you get Tark out of it. Grand Scorpion Tark or Man Scorpion Tark. Pretty cool NPC. Her design's not bad. It's a boring fight. Right a There you go. I think that's right. F you, rats. Wait, if those are the worst of the worst at the front here, I don't think the rats are as bad as King of Lot. I have no idea. I think just the bottom's the bottom, and that's all it's ever going to be is the bottom. It doesn't matter who you are. I don't like the rats. Okay, if I need to be if I'm going to be impartial, Royal Rat Authority, it's better than Royal Rat Vanguard. If I'm being real. The Chariot, I like this fight. It kind of goes back to that Demon Souls kind of mentality of gimmick fight. Then you get to fight the horse at the end. If it wasn't for so many skeletons, I think, and the summoners within his arena, this could be an easy A. But we're going to do it to B. I'll put it above Stray Demon, which we're going to move over and put behind Four Kings. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. And actually, you know what? I think I'll take Four Kings over Executioner's Chariot. It's a cool fight. I think there's just too many ads in there. Speaking of too many ads and stupidness, right at like that moment of like mediocrity, I'd say the Skelly Boys are slightly better than Taurus Demon and Demon Fire Sage, but not as good as Phalanx. I don't know. Mytha, the Baleful Queen. The Queen of Earthen Peak. She's a real vain bitch. She poisoned herself to make herself prettier just so she can get the attention of her husband. It didn't work out for her too well. The fight's not bad, though. She's got some cool things going on. She throws her head and explodes and shit. I'll take her above Armored Spider. I'll take her above armored spider. Hey, what are you doing? No, you're above armored spider. So many bosses in freaking Dark Souls too. Covetous Demon is as I said, the benchmark of mediocrity, or the benchmark of C, of meh, is the Belfry Gargoyles. I feel that this is the ultimate benchmark of meh. I'll take him over Adjudicator because he eats you. Well, he can eat you and then spit you out, and just all your equipment just dequips, which is okay. It's different. Not really a cool mechanic, but different. That's Smelty Boy. If it wasn't in an area that was just jam-packed with the Lawn Knights, easy A. Tentative A. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! What did we do with Smelty Boy? Where's Smelty Boy? Smelty Boy's in B. I can actually live with that. I can actually live with him being below Gwyn. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. He killed the Iron King after all. Old Iron King. I love how this fight looks. I love how it plays out. But what else would you expect from like some demon in the lava lake? It's not going to come on the platform and fight with you. It's going to stay in there and try to hit you with its stupid fire magic and its meaty fists. And I feel like if there was a little more meat on the bone for the Iron King, he's a chunky boy, but like the fight needs a little more meat on the bone to get to A. It's not so bad. I think I would say above Dirty Colossus. If there was more meat on the bone, that could be an easy A. Prowling Magus and Congregation. I don't think anything else needs to be said. Meh. I mean, more than meh. It's easy fight, but you know what? Easy fight. Easy fight, easy life. See, it's meh. It's meh across the board. It'd be my last in like a boss ranking. If I was going to do a boss ranking, that would be Bed of Chaos. Actually, no, these would be... It would probably go from... It would probably be these 6 for... like just ranking alone. Duke's Dear Freya, I do like. I don't think Duke's Dear Freya could get up to A. Well, if Lost Sinner's at A. She's not better than Black Dragon Calamite. She's not better than Seath. Better than Seath. Better than... You know, I say between Smelty Boy... Don't be selfish. Smelty Boy and Seath. I say Smelty Boy and Seath. Heh. Adjoining boss souls. Who would have thought? It's the same thing. Where's the first one? There's 2 of you now. Great. Who cares? Looking Glass Knight, I kind of like. The rain threw me off the first time I did it, and it's like, oh, it's weak to fire, but then you just can't use any fire damage because he's like raining. It's raining outside. I do like this. I don't think it's an A. Quite an A. Tentative. Okay, come on. Come here, you. A tentative A. Probably won't move. I do like that fight quite a bit, though. Meh of meh of meh. Demon of Song, please. Please. You're better than... you know... You're better than the Twin Dragon Riders. You know, you're better than the Rat. The Royal Rat Authority. Weird frog thing. I mean, it's kind of gross. He's got a little more life than the Ceaseless Discharge. But, like, at least he's just going to eat you. He just wants to eat you. Velstad, on the other hand, definite A. Here, I'll put or reserve here. Definite A. I'll take Velstad over Pursuers. Definitely. Definite A on Velstad. Vendrick is... I mean, I get it. I get what his fight is. I get what he does. It's a lore fight. That's all it is. It's kind of, the fight itself is boring, but it's a lore fight. So we gotta give Vendrick the respect he deserves. Good old fashioned lore fight. Dark Lurker, also another one of those ones I'm kind of like hit or miss on. Wait, that's when you're supposed to. You're supposed to fight Dark Lurker after Vendrick. Here, we're gonna move. Dark Lurker can be very good. It's kind of like one of those ones where it's one of those fights I haven't mastered yet. So I just think about it every time I do it, like just tend to be possible A. Possible A. In fact, if I put the Looking Glass Knight there, I'll take him over the Looking Glass Knight. Much harder boss than the Looking Glass Knight. Guardian, it's just a dragon, and you fight the Guardian Dragon, a bunch of them in the Dragon area. I'd say I just like the dragons, but the Skelly boys are just annoying. Right under Phalanx. Big dragon fight. Big dragon fight. He gives you the ability to go into giant dreams and Aldia made an ancient dragon. This is the ancient dragon Aldia made, and this one I'm kind of just... I'm thinking C. I'm just looking at C. It does feel cool. You know what? Over the Centipede Demon. Okay, so Giant Lord, our first quote-unquote meeting with the Giant Lord, even though we meet him in the beginning of the game. So if the Giant Lord is the benchmark for the last the last giant, the benchmark for Dark Souls 2 of like the average, I take him. I kind of like that fight a little more than the Rotten. This feels a little more dynamic. Throne Watcher and Defender, I'm really torn apart on. I'm like super torn apart on. It's a good fight. The arena is just, it just sucks. The arena really sucks, and the arena really, really brings it down. It really does. It really brings down the fight, because that fight could be a whole lot better with like a bigger arena and some like pillars. Not like Ornstein and Smo with the columns where they are, but like a way to separate the two. But still, I think it's good. I feel like they're more dynamic than a lot, but then I think better than How about this? Slightly better. It's a little more dynamic than Gwyn. This is by far the most emotional fight in the game. Now, as soon as I said that, kabam. They're below Gwyn. In any game, Gwyn is the most emotional fight. Go fuck you, Nashandra. Nashandra. Fuck you, Nashandra. You fucked everything up. You really, literally ruined the world you lived in. I don't feel like your fight's all right, but you literally ruined Drangleic under the guise of a queen. Really, you're just mana spawn. I'll put you below Centipede Demon, and that's just out of spite. Really, I'd probably put you somewhere in the middle, but I'm doing this out of spite. F you, Nishandra. Yo, and Aldia, like he was the most meh of all the meh that ever was meh. He's better than Demon in Song. Better than Ceaseless. Yeah. We're gonna move Sanctuary Guardian. We're gonna put Sanctuary Guardian. I feel like I'm being a little emotional and not objective about Sanctuary Guardian. Because he's just a bitch. Apologies for the swearing. That's some justice right there. I think that's a little justice. All right, on to the DLC bosses. Gang Squad. More like the C Squad. The squad of meh. Not as good as Phalanx. That's fucking crazy. This is a better fight than Phalanx. Elena, I like the Elena fight, even when she just summons stuff cheaply. I got her cheap summons. Another Seed of Manus. Better fight. You know, she's almost like A tier. Right below Calamite. Sin, I love Sin. That's probably one of my favorite fights. We need to, our screen's not big enough, so Sin, I'm gonna put an A. I feel that Sin is an A fight. Hot take. Sin's an A fight. Calamite, I'm being emotional about. I'm not as objective about Calamite. Sin, I've had funner fights with Sin. I'm just thinking about like just the actual fight with Sin. Calamite's very. You can't see what I'm doing. He's very robotic in comparison to what Sin can do. Sin's a little more dynamic of a fight. Calamite does a lot, but he's not as smooth as Sin in the fight. Blue Smelter Demon. Where's the first Smelty boy? It's the same fight. Right? If it wasn't for his area, we'll actually put it down here. Actually, no, it's the same thing. It's really the same thing. It's just the timings are off. It's really just the same fight. Foom Knight, that is... Okay, this might bother some people. Foom Knight's a great fight. Right below Artorias. And then Sir Alan. I find Sir... Jesus Christ, every time you tap this wheel. Where'd he go? Oh. I have this is based off of my experience of the game. I feel Sir Alan is an S tier fight. It's fast. It feels good. And when you're like on point and you're like, it's just like you're actually doing a legit duel. It feels so good. Such a good fight to be in. Such a good fight to be in. All right, so the pets, I'm going to kind of put them up together. I'm not really crazy. I love, like I said, I love animals, but I'm not crazy about these fights. I'll give them both. They're very average. I'll even take, Ava over Nishandra. But Luden Zong can feel kind of bullshit, especially in the frigid outskirts, kind of burn you out. And Yeah. Burnt Ivory King. The best boy. So epic. So epic. All right. So if I didn't put Artorias here, I feel bad putting the Burnt Ivory King here. Because he, you know what? He could be the A benchmark, C mark. Oh, actually, I'm kind of tossed up. All right, so here, Ornstein and Smoke can be moved over. Get out of here. They're still gonna be here. I'm kind of tossed between these two because both epic fights, both super epic. Cerulean and Knight Artorias. I mean, Ornstein's Stone is not moving unless something kicks it out. All right, on to Bloodborne. My favorites. My favorites. Favorite. All right. See how I think about the bosses, though. That's a different ball of wax. Cleric Beast. First boss you could come across. You could. Him or Father Gascoigne. I like Cleric Beast. Yeah, since like I feel like my lowest ranking for Bloodborne will be like a C. I will take Cleric Beast. It's gonna be in the top. Boom. It's gonna be Cleric Beast all day, right there. Father Gascoigne. Another perfect fight. Another really good fight. Right in the middle ground. I'm kind of tossed. I'm kind of tossed on Father Gascoigne. A or B. We'll put him at the pinnacle of B. Vicar Amelia. It's like we're going to cruise through this one. Oh, is it Vicar? Nope. Vicar Amelia. I'm looking here. Those fights are so fun. You can break their limbs. It's so good. This might throw some people off a bit. Tentative A. You know what? Tentative A. That means she's probably not going anywhere. Blood-Starved Beast is going to be my first low tier B. Almost a C. I had a lot of pain dealing with the Blood-Starved Beast when I first started playing Bloodborne. So that still kind of hangs there. Other than that, I feel the Bloodstarved, and within like which is like one of the Lorand dungeons, that Bloodstarved Beast is rough. So there's a lot of like PTSD going on Bloodstarved Beast. A lot of nights less shouting. Yeah. We'll just BC area. The Witch of Hemwick. My first is gonna be It's my first C. This is gonna be a definite C. The C of C's. Go in there with no insight. Buy everything with your insight. You can. You'll just have the easiest fight ever. Parl I kind of like, but then when you get to the Silver Beast or the Dark Beast of the Laurent Chalice, that one's feisty. The Parl's cool though. Here we'll put Parl there for a second. I'll take Parl over Throne Watcher. I like Parl. Fun fight. Shadows of Yharnam. It's a B, definitely. I just saw it. Right there. Rom the Bascus Spider. Cool fight. very B. I'll take it over the Sanctuary Guardian. The One Reborn's gross. This one's like the grossest out of all. Sorry. I'm sorry, The One Reborn. You're absolutely gross. You can hang out in Gross Town with Covetous Demon, Adjudicator, and Taurus Demon. No, Martyr Logarius is actually pretty cool. Easy A on Martyr Logarius. But where do we put him? Easy A. Kaboom. Right up there. Right in the middle of the pack. Amygdala. Fucking weird, gangly ass arms. I can live with that. Right there between Armored Spider and Storm King. Celestial Emissary is going to be a definite C. Just a bunch of blue goobers. There's charm in the goobers, so that's making me, I think, there's a lot of charm in the blue goobers. They're kind of just like a meh fight. Everita's, I'm not crazy about this fight. I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad because like the Blood Church really just used Everita's for just drawing blood for years and years and years, and she's locked in the basement. It's just so tragic. I feel bad. But her magic is also cheap. I just saw I put Rom over Dirty Colossus. I can't do that. Rom's a better boss than Dirty Colossus. Fuck you. No, he'll be he's not that bad. He hams it up. He's not as gross. He's just cheap when it comes to his magic. Boom. Above the Gang Squad. Marigo's Wet Nurse, surprisingly, very average fight in my opinion for a Bloodborne game. For the Bloodborne game. Where is our benchmark? It has lost in the shuffle. Where'd it go? I think I lost oh, there we go. So this is the benchmark of B. Of all B. A little cooler than Parl. Not as cool as Gwyn, though. Gatorman. Yes. Easy A. I feel like I like him a little more. No, we're just not going to go there. He's not as cool as Manus. For what it's worth, Manus is a douchebag. He's not as cool as Manus, though. Moon Presence. I mean, for where it is and like how easy it is. For where it is and where we do it. Boom. I'm just happy to get it done. Sometimes these games drag on and drag on. Ludwig. One of my favorite boss. This is a given. That's my favorite boss of all time. One of my favorite bosses of all time. I absolutely despise Lawrence, but I don't think Lawrence is a bad boss fight. but he is the first hunter or the first vicar. He's in that scene when you after you beat Vicar Amelia. Born by the blood. I don't like this fight. It's just another cleric beast with just does a lot more damage and has fire. But I have to be real. He's better than the Witches of Hemwick. If I'm being real, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? And it's just frustrating fight, Lawrence, the first vicar. Very frustrating for me. Living Failures. One of the most meh. I'd rather fight the Demon of Song. No. I'd rather fight the Dragon Riders. No. I'd rather fight the Moonlight Butterfly. Because they're failures. And then Lady Maria. That's an A. But where? A little better than Gehrman. We have Manus. I'll take her over the old hero. Orphan of Kos. I mean, this fucking boss fight's fucking sick. For a long time, it was like one of the hardest fights in any of the games. We'll put Orphan of Kos on S. On S. That's a beautiful fight. So the best tutorial boss at any of them, and you can parry him too. Iudex Gundyr. He's obviously better than Vanguard. He's like kind of like, I'm looking at a lot of these now. I'm like, why didn't I do Dark Souls 3 first? Dark Souls 3 has a lot of really, really good bosses. A lot of really good bosses. I feel like I'll put him there for right now. We'll change our mind. I guarantee we'll change our mind next time we look at it. Vort. I feel like a lot of these from Dark Souls 3, like, is all gonna end up in A. I feel like Vort's amazing too. Like, he's not better than Gehrman. Curse Rider, yeah. You have to be high to not think that this is a terrible boss. And you have to think that you also have to be high again to think that this is not a meh boss. Crystal Sage. Actually, no, Crystal Sage isn't terrible. But we're going to put him in C. Boom. No. Crystal Sage is just boring. Abyss Watchers. I mean, what a great fight that was. Wish they had a little more health. If they had like a little more health, that would have been like sick. That would have been sick. But the presentation rocks. And they're fighting to hold off the Abyss, man. They can't. Such an anime fight. These two, Gehrman and Lady Maria. What good fights. Lady Maria can be like high octane. High octane. Dig of the Deep is alright. I don't know. Better than Prowling Magus. Better than Royal Rat. Yeah. Vape Lord Wolner. Gimmick fight. There's no way he's better than the Crystal Sage. Maybe I don't know. His presentation's pretty cool. Um, his presentation's really good, and like the fight itself, even though easy, you just have to break his bracelets. Looks pretty cool, and it feels like you're a part of something bigger. No more ad. Aren't we happy now? No more advertisements. That's so amazing. I just noticed. Cool. Now we can just kind of move along. Just move along. Old Demon King. So I have a soft spot for the old Demon King. Um, I do think we lost him. Okay, he's right there. I do think it's B tier. Is it better? Now you got to ask yourself: is it better than Armored Spider? No. It is pretty sad because he's like the last of the demons. He is the last of the demons. Um, you do get a really cool, good pyromancy off him too. We'll just put out that. Pontiff Sullivan's a definite A. Definite A. Where does he go though? I mean, we kind of like set in here. We're kind of entrenched. We haven't really broken the mold since we got these bad boys involved, right? One from each. Um, Pontiff Sullivan. It's hard to beat those three, in my opinion. I feel that Pontiff Sullivan is better than Sin, not better than Foom Knight. I feel Foom Knight's better than Burnt Ivory King. I feel like the Burnt Ivory King's a more epic fight, though. So those can be intertwined. Another fucking boss. Dark Souls 3. I have a lot of soft spots here, huh? Soft spot for Yorm. You get to use the Storm Ruler just because these two are interchangeable here. We can even separate them. We can separate those two. Boom. Just because Storm King, Yorm the Giant. I think Yorm is a little better. So we'll put it in front. There's no way Yorm is worse than the Mytha. I wanted to put the Storm Callers together, but now I'm seeing it. Now I'm seeing it. Okay. Now I'm seeing where my fault was. Aldrich, cool fight, but his RNG kind of sucks. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know. Aldrich is a weird one for me. I really, really want to like it, but then it's just like it's just this mass that casts spells and just a cannibal. It's just this black mass of goo. I can't get beyond that. I'll take the PTSD over the disappointment of a mass of black souls. It's like I was playing Final Fantasy X, and I had a girlfriend go, "Oh, it's a whale. Sin is a whale. You're fighting a whale. Aldrich is just this black goo." I didn't want to accept the whale thing, but I had to because your Sin is a whale, and Aldrich is just a black goo that eats people because he no longer has a form. Aldrich is awful. an awful massive black goo. But he does some cool stuff, so we'll put him there. Honestly, these are both better than Luden Zolin and Ashandra and Centipede Demon. But not better than Ava. We'll backtrack on. We'll come back around on that. Dancer, I think, is an outstanding fight. We'll put Dancer right in the middle of the pack. Not better than Leia and Maria. A little better than the Abyss Watchers. Dragon Slayer armor, also a good fight. One of those things I wanna bring it to A, but I can't. I can't. Dragon Slayer armor is a really good fight. Osiris, I like, but I can see arguments where he's not great. Better than Seath, not in power scaling, but in a dynamic fight, yes. Quicker, does more. Better than Duke's Dear Freya, yes. We'll put that. Better than the Smelter Demons. All right, I'm comfortable with where this is. I'll take a Dark Beast Parl over an Osiris. Champ. First, reskin. I want to say, where did I put Iudex? I put him in the middle of the pack, right? Yeah, the champ's better. Yeah. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Right at the back end of A? Yeah. Also, another really good one. Holy shnikes. Back to A. A's getting some love this round. Getting some love. Don't know where to put it, though. Sorry. I'm seeing things that I don't like. Twin Princes. It can be bullshit, though. It can be a super bullshit fight with the teleporting. It's better than Vort. Vort's a great fight. Garen's so epic. Garen's such an epic fight. Words like epic and good. No. Okay. What a freaking letdown. What a letdown. Psst. 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 All right, so now into like the goat stuff for Dark Souls 3. Like the memes, the bosses. I love the Nameless King. And he's going right there. I think Ornstein and Smough is going to be the end run of S. Soul of Cinder, I'll put him on A. If he didn't turn to Gwyn, he'd be B. I'll take Soul of Cinder over Gundyr. I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable. Gravetender's Champion is just a silly gank. A silly gank. It's better than Covetous Demon. There we go. Sister Freed. So many things I want to say right now about this. I'm kind of torn between a tentative S. Oh, I was wrong. You may be holding the backside of the S Sister Freed. What a fight. Demon Prince. I freaking love. I love the beginning. If you can have a handle on the beginning of the fight when there's the two separate demons, there's no issue. You should have no issue doing anything else. There should be no issue fighting the Demon Prince at the end. I feel that I'm good with that. Yeah, I'm good for where that is. It's a really good fight. I'm going to say a lot of cool stuff about it. I'm kind of cool with this because there can be a lot of BS with the Demon Prince. So, my favorite fight in the game in Dark Souls 3, hands down, Dark Eater Madir. I feel it's a better fight than Ludwig. Way better fight than Ludwig, just hands down. Half-Light's a bitch. Actually, the PvP side of Half-Light's actually pretty cool. We'll put him on the tail. Right there. He's in B. Lower end of B. If it's PvP, it's actually pretty dynamic. I hate the painting guardians in the fight, though. It's stupid. Slave and Nightingale. It's like Artorias on steroids. Also, another fight I really, 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 really like. More feral version of Artorias. Just a more feral version. All right, now to Sekiro. Wow. Well, we're getting there, though. Leader, if I pronounce these names wrong, I'm very sorry to those people who are no Japanese. I apologize. We're going to probably fail immediately. Leader, Shigenori Yamauchi. Ouchie. Oh, that's the first dude. That's the first dude you meet when you're like leaving the moon tower. Yeah, he shows you how to parry. Your bench, okay, Sekiro's benchmark I think is going to be a little different. Sekiro has a lot of quality going on in it, but at the same time, I feel it's different enough to be its own thing. The Ashina Generals. I feel like it's going to be a lot of B's. I'll take them over Vendrick and Dirty Colossus. The fights are fine. It's just... Well, Chang Ogre gets a little boring after a while. I don't like the Chained Ogre all that much. Yeah, he's kind of like one of those things you have to get through. So we're going to put the Chained Ogre above Dark Sun Gwendolyn. Headless, I'm kind of like torn about because they're kind of bullshit, but they're also like if you're like on rhythm, they can be relatively intriguing fights. Take them over Maiden Estrada. Headless aren't even really bosses. Whatever. Stop. We'll stop. Just what it is. Gyobo Masataka Onanawa. Oh man, who did not laugh when they heard that dude? I'll take him. Yeah, who did not laugh at that dude? Oh, he comes full gear. Yo, I want to start swearing. He's a C. This dude pissed me off so much in my first playthrough. He's not so bad now. I want to do something to disrespect him. Less than a Hemwick. Less than a Demon Fire Sage. I'll take a Demon Fire Sage over a Hemwick. Juzu, the drunkard. Um, boom. Capra Demon. Lady Butterfly. So Lady Butterfly is a really dynamic fight, in my opinion. She taught me patience and when and how to read attacks. I'll give her like right above Manus because she's a learning curve right there. Am I high? No, 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 no. Yes, there we go. I'll take her over a Manus. She is such a good tutorial to follow. She's not a tutorial boss, just a tutorial to follow. Ting, 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 ting. Teaches you how to read attacks very well. A Blazing Bill, I'm kind of like, I don't have any feeling towards. So I feel like that's a meh. Uh, Blazing Bill can run over Blazing Bill. Blazing Bull can run over Miko Lash. Suck my butt, Miko Lash. Homeboy with inside of Sheena Castle. He's just annoying. It's not even a boss. Blue Quill, right? Blue Quill. Let's just say I'll take him over Ludenzahn. Genichiro, another one of those like another one of those tutorial-esque style fights. Genichiro Ashina. If you can beat Genichiro Ashina and Ashina Castle, you can win the game. It's going to take a little work because there's a lot of harder bosses than them. But if you can go through that endurance, then you can beat Genichiro. I'll take Genichiro over a Sif. I'll take Genichiro over a Sif. In fact, I can take Genichiro over a Gaping Dragon. That's a good fight. What a good fight. The 7 Spears. God, these aren't bosses. Blue Quill. Whatever. The seven spears. Once you get used to what they can do and used to combating them, they're not bad. They become kind of an annoyance. Boom. They're just kind of an annoyance. Lone Shadow. Wait, is this the homeboy? And all the way to the end of Ashina past the bridge. He's annoying. He's super annoying, in fact. Where are we gonna put him? That's the question, though. Lone Shadow. Considering I'm like drawing a blank of who he is. Well, I feel like it's we can't like put him in there. Here. I'm kind of honestly okay. Armored Warrior. Robert. Another one of those like awareness battles. He's perfectly B. Perfectly Gwen. Robert. Folding Screen Monkeys I liked at first, and then in consequent playthroughs I'm just exhausted by it. I feel that judging by like the exhaustion of the fight, boom. Just like, does it have to be that? Does it have to be that? Long arm centipede dudes. Just block, 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 block. They're all right. I don't know. You get stuff from them. You get beads, right? No way they're better than Dark Sun Gwendolyn or Lawrence the First Vicar. There's Overblazing Bull. Why not? Guardian Ape fight I actually like quite a bit. Actually, I like this fight quite a bit. He hurls feces at you. You cut off his head, and he starts screaming and giving you terror damage. Above the Booterfly, above the old hero. Animal bosses, man. Sometimes those animal bosses are rocking. Oh, the pistol bosses. I don't know how I feel about these guys. I'll put them way around the long arm centipedes. They're a little more dynamic, but they're not that great. The Shi-Chi-Min Warriors. I feel that they're kind of neat. They're definitely B material. Not as good as the Shadow Demon. Better than the Asylum Demon and the Old Dragon Slayer. Shi-Chi-Min Warriors. Headless Ape, a waste of my... Why? Why? I hate this fight. I hate it. It's just you literally fight the Guardian Ape, that you go fight this. If there was some kind of spacing, I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? But there's not. There's no spacing between the two. It's back to back. Stupid. Miss Noble. Just kind of like a waste of space. Better than the Headless Ape, just because it's different. Miss Noble, you just drop from the ceiling, and then the mist goes away. And Ren of the Water is actually kind of a surprising fight for me, because I didn't really know who she was on my first playthrough. And then every time I go through it, I'm always looking forward to it. But it's not like a favorite. I think it's a good point when you get right before you get to Corrupted Monk, or False Corrupted Monk, where you get to fight something unique. Her sword skills are very unique, very floaty, but very quick. I will say, Ren, you have bested the Four Kings. I like Ren of the Water. Very flowy. Corrupted Monk. Fucking such a dumb fight. I get it. B, I'd say bottom tier B. I mean, I don't know. It's really not that bad. But it just kind of... When you fight the true monk, that's a way better fight than the Corrupted Monk. The Headless Underwater I don't like. It's easy, but I feel like... Because they had put thought. They actually have time to make games. It's not like Dark Souls or Dark Souls where you just throw down a bunch of enemies and Lost Island. They had time to think about it. I just don't like the placement of the Headless Underwaters. I'll take that over the Old Monk. But that's about that. Emma the Gentle Blade. Oh, that was a good one. That's a good fight. Here, we'll take Ishin. We'll leave Ishin. We'll do Ishins together. Emma is really good. Emma's a really good fight. If you've never done the Shura ending, I recommend it. It's like a shorter playthrough, but Emma is so good. She only has one health bar, but you're surprised. The distance she can cover and the damage she can do is pretty wild. She can also go down super quick, but she's pretty wild. I'll take her right below the champ. Shinobi Owl. B. because you get a better fight with him later on. But this is actually, you know what, F it. We'll put him right at the end. Take him under the Demon Prince. That is a good fight. It's cool. It's a duel between father and son, quote unquote. It's good. There's a lot on the table there. Okay, so now True Corrupted Monk is way better than Corrupted Monk. You get a 3-phase fight. Each phase is different. I'll give True Corrupted Monk. Below a Cleric Beast. I feel that's fair. But is it better than a Gwyn? Is it better than a Gwyn? Not better than a Yorm. If it's not better than a Yorm, it has to be better than an Iron Golem. It's not better than a Yorm. It's a more dynamic fight than Yorm, but it's not better than a Yorm. It's the same thing. The Sacred Bull, the Palace, different skin. Same fight as Blazing Bull. Yo, the dude just kicks a soccer ball. He just kicks a soccer ball. The epic of epic. Okay, this might be a hot take on Divine Dragon. I love this fight. There's something about it that's like so peaceful and so nice. I feel it's a top tier fight. It's not a hard fight by any means, but it's just so peaceful and relaxing. I'm going to put it, this might not even be a hot take. This just might be a take. Above Maneaters. Old King Along. It's just so cool. It's so tricky. The beginning's a little lame with all the little dudes that pop up. But so good. Owl Father. This was for me the fuck you fight for a long time. Well, not a long time. It was 3 days. 3 days, not like full days, like I work. So, but I get out of work, I'm like, I have to get through Father Owl, and it would just be like, it's 2 days of like 3 hours. Like, just it finally broke through on the third day. This is actually a good fight. It still frustrates me, but not as much as it used to. And just due to the frustrating factor, I'll put it over a Sif. Better than the Abyss Watcher. Better than the Lady Maria. Gaping Dragon is not better. Well, Genichiro's, but the thing, Genichiro's is up higher because is where he's located. Like if you can beat Genichiro, you have the determination to beat Owl Father. And if you beat Owl Father, you can beat the rest of the game. Sword Saint Ishin it's a tough fight, but if you can beat Owl Father, you can beat Ishin. This dude. He's underneath Ishin's freaking bedroom. It's the same thing as the other one. Where is he? He just has red eyes and he's a freaking douche. Oh, we gotta find the other one. I wasn't expecting them to throw in like these mini bosses like this. And this is taking a while. This is gonna be a long video. If I check. Yeah. Long. I might divide it into two. Well, if I can't find him. Is he down here? Yeah, he's lost in the sauce. I can't decide. Oh, there he is. It's the same thing as this. Just a different dude. This is the same thing as Gyozu. If we can find Gyozu, we can put him right there. Right next to him. He just has fire and not poison. Jozu. Where are you? Oh, there we go. Next to Capra Demon. I lost you again. There we go. Same thing. Same thing as Jozu. More dudes around. Oh, I love the Demon of Hatred. Okay. Demon of Hatred is going in the S. It's going, and it's going to go above Ornstein and Smell. It's going in S. All right, so Ishin and Sword Saint Ishin, both both of the most epic fights in the game. Owl Father is in the top. Owl Father, Demon of Hatred, and both of these Ishin fights are the most epic fights in the game. Owl Father will break you down. We'll go Sword Saint first. And yes, it's going to be in D. No, it's going to be an S. Are you high? See, I'm a little emotional about Medea and Ludwig. And I kind of feel that this is potentially harder than Sword Saint just because of the Emma, then you fight him. We'll put him below the Demon of Hatred, but above Ornstein and Smell. Demon of Hatred fight's amazing. You find out it's Sekiro's master. The master? Yeah, the dude carving Buddhas. If you didn't know that, I spoiled the game for you. Well, I spoiled the Demon of Hatred for you. It was almost even better than that. No. See, the flow with Sword Saint is much better than this one. He will mess your day up, and your arena's not as big. So that's what makes it a little more different. All right, Elden Ring. Let's finish this up. How many Elden Ring bosses do we have? 4, 8, 12, 16 times 3, 48, 49. And they didn't add any of the extra fluff stuff. So this should be a win. Margaret the Fell Omen. Perfectly average boss in Elden Ring terms. I'll take him above the Four Kings. He's just a projection. That's all he is. Godric to Grafted, our first Remembrance boss. I like Godric. Not enough to be an A, but I do like this fight. And like the first time you watch it, watching the dude cut his arm off is freaking hilarious. I'll take Godric over Elena. A Calamite? Not a Dragon Slayer armor. No way. And Luana. Red Wolf of Radagon. Pretty straightforward. B. I'll take him over a Flexile Sentry. Ramal, the Queen of the Full Moon, has become, at first was a hard fight for me, is now easy. Oh my lord, this has taken a while. I'll take it over Throne Watcher and Defender. Starscream Dradana, I really do like this fight. I really do. I feel it's fun. It's so video gamey, especially when he just jumps up and turns into like a meteor. Then it's not like obnoxious. He can't beat the Twin Princes, but it's still a really good fight. Mimic, some fucking like average there. I even like wanna just like dump it. Regal Ancestor's Spirit. They didn't put the second one in. They just only put one of them in. I don't know. I like the soundtrack, but it's just kind of meh. I'll take it over Lawrence. Royal Knight Loretta. Another one of those ones. I think that the Havoc Tree version's so much better. Estelle, I think, has a cool design. Just by design alone, he gets into B. And he doesn't have a bad move set. Is he better than Vanguard Demon? I mean, he could absolutely destroy Vanguard Demon. For weird space entities, I like the Moon Presence better. Actually, you know what? No. We'll take Astel. Weird space entities get to hang out together. Valiant Gargoyles, I'm kind of hit or miss on. Like they're not an average fight because they can be challenging. Boom. Not as good as Rom. Via's champion is such a boring. So boring. Better than Old Monk. So Lich Dragon Fortisex, I used to really like that fight. Not so much anymore. I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. It's cool, the spectacle's awesome. I used to really like it. It has to be better than Dirty Colossus. Better than Old Dragon Slayer. You know what? Let's put a dragon next to the Old Dragon Slayer. Why not? Draconic Tree Sentinel. Just the glorified Tree Sentinel. I don't know. I'm saying if I got like Lawrence down here. Although there's some merit in it. I feel it's better than Corrupted Monk, Bloodstarved Beast. It's better than Bloodstarved Beast. Better than Ava. Not as meaningful as Vendrick. This rating system I have is absolutely wild. There's no rhyme or reason. Godfrey the First Elden Lord. I do like this fight, but the fight with Godfrey himself is way better. Horaloo. We'll put you. Yeah, I did that. Like, this is a mess. This is a mess. Jesus. Morgoth the Omen King I actually really like. The thing I wish for Morgoth, I wish he had did a little more damage. I feel like his health pool is pretty good. I wish he just did a little more damage. I mean, this dude's hilarious. If he's not on the ground laughing at this dope. Godskin Noble. If it's a B. The Godskin Nobles don't really do it for me. Now, Riker's kind of is a display. right? I feel Riker deserves it just because the way the fight works out, it's so epic. Um, but I don't think it's better than Great Shinobi Owl. It's still in the A spot though. Still in the A. Still in the A. Commander Nile. Heh. I don't. He's meh. You fight Commander O'Neill earlier in the game. He's more dynamic of a fight, but like, I don't know. Sometimes those summon dudes just really bother me. Bother me. Sorry. I'll take him over dueling bulls. Mog I like. I think Mog's a fun fight. He can be frustrating if you're playing a while. I don't think he's as good as Gascoigne though. Yeah, I don't think he's as good as Gascoigne if you think about it. I mean, they're both at different points in their respective games. Gascoigne's right in the beginning. But like Mog was duped. Mog's a dope. Well, to be fair, he was influenced to be a dope. Mog, Simp of Blood. I feel Father Gascoigne's a little more, well, Mog also is the entrance to the DLC. Now I feel kind of crazy because I'm taking Mog over Rykard over Mog. But I think Mog, like, Rykard's more epic in his scale. That's why we're doing that. Loretta, as I said before, I like Loretta a lot more than her spectral part. So I think it's like an A tier fight. No, but I'll take over the Bell Gargoyles. Melania. I mean, it's gonna be A. It's not an S because it's just one of the. Well, it could be, but it never really sung out to me as like top tier. Even when I finally like got it down, it's not like to me a top tier. Like it's epic in its stature. Um, I think Mother Logarius is a little more appropriate, but yeah, I feel comfortable with Melania being there over the Divine Dragon. Remember, all these things are here for different reasons. Fire Giants. You know what? I think we figured it out. King of the Sea. He's the king of the C tier. Not crazy about the fight, but at the same time, it's not like terrible. It's just meh, you know? As these all here in C. It's meh. C is meh. So I kind of like Godskin Duo more than Apostle or Noble. It's not as good as that. I'm not so comfortable with that. Over Margit the Fell Omen, most definitely. Yeah. Dragon Lord Placidusax. I used to really like this fight. I feel like he is B incarnate. Better than Black Dragon Calamite. Not as good as Dragon Slayer armor. Now I kind of want to change Mog. Yeah, firm. I'm a firm believer of putting Gascoigne above Mog. Mog's a stronger entity. His fight's a little crazier, but I think Gascoigne's much more meaningful. Oh, Malakath is so good. Such like an odd fight because like he does a lot of damage, but he's also paper thin. I do like Malakath quite a bit. Um, Not enough to put him in S. He is better than Penetrator. Way better than Penetrator. Way better. Go to hell. So annoying. His dialogue just keeps going, and you just like kicking the shit out of him. He's a dope. Horaloo. Horaloo. You are in A. But are you better? You're not. I don't. I think Malekith is a way better presentation. Um, from one king to another. Suck my butt. Radagon I kind of like. But then you have to ask yourself, what would you rather face? I feel like Radagon is like Murgo's. I'd rather deal with Murgo's wet nurse. I feel, and this is not even like about the challenge. It's about what I like. Better than Osiros. Not as good as Mergo or Parl. Maybe better than Parl. Whoa, 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 whoa. Better than Parl. Elden Beast. I'm kind of torn on this one because it's like it's a combo. It's Radagon normally. I never really separated it in my head like this. He's gonna go and see. Especially adding the horse, it just made the fight easier. I don't think it's necessary. Like none of these fights are actually. Well, it depends on your perspective. Some of the fights can be easy. Some of the fights can be hard for you. It all depends. All depends on each playthrough and how you are. Elden Beast for a final boss. Do we have a final boss even down here? Like, I don't even know what to do now. I'm kind of lost. There's not even a final boss. Oh, wait. Aldia's down here. Elden Beast is miles away from Aldia. Bottom of B. Elden Beast. All right, now we're into DLC content, and we're almost done with this long ride. The longest ride ever. Divine Beast, Dancing Lion. There's two of these. I like them both. Both have cool mechanics. Gunk gunk gunk. I'm like the chomping. This Divine Beast. I'm comfortable with that. I like the motion. Relana is a weird one. Definitely A. Definitely A tier. It's a pretty good fight. It gets the heart going, you know? I'd rather pet a dog, but not a wild ape. God, this metric is screwed up. Fuck the ancient dragon, man. Fuck you, ancient dragon, man. I'm sorry for the swearing. You're not even as good as Guardian. Bale? Ugh. I do like Bale a lot, but sometimes Bale can be a little much. Like, I know it's a better fight than Plancidusax, but sometimes it's just kind of like It's annoying. It's annoying to deal with him. I'll take him over a giant lord. Golden hippopotamus. Another like painful, like just like good boss. Standardly good boss. Over the Smelty Boys. Over the Smelty Boys. Putrescent Knight. What a unique fight. He's kind of annoying, but he has such unique movements, and nothing else is like that during the end. Actually, like especially these two, these three. Nothing else is like it. Sorry, nothing else quite like him. Putrescent Knight. Such odd movements. Speaking of odd movements, team odd movement. Mytha, Putrescent Knight, Amygdala. Even Floaters McGee right there. Armored Spider is also in the crew there. Shadow Tree Avatar I never really liked. I feel the fight itself is okay. But it's just kind of like you're fighting just a sunflower. Not like super into it. Not super into it. It's good. Like the one thing that's keeping me from putting it in C is it's a good fight. I'm just not into this Shadow Tree Avatar. Put it around this one. I'm not into the Flexile Sentry either. A Commander Gaius is kind of growing on me. As a sense, if you can like get the flow and master the timing of that initial dodge you have, the fight actually is really good. The fight is really, really, really good. Is it Genichiro good? Lady Maria good? No. Guardian Ape good? I think we found our metric. Better than Old Hero. Better than Old Hero. I don't even know what to think about this fight. This shouldn't be. Because if the Death Knights aren't on here, why is this? You know what I mean? No Death Knight. Why Jory? It's kind of just bullshit. As I'm looking, I'm not moving from C. It's like I'm looking. I'm like, is it better than like folding screen monkeys? Like the fight itself is better than folding screen monkeys, yes. But it's bullshit because he just keeps summoning dudes. Out of spite. Over the Skeleton Lords out of spite. Midra is great. It took me my first playthrough. On my first playthrough, it took me a while to get through. I will say S tier. I like the last run of bosses. Or the last few bosses in the DLC. Mother Mater. Painfully average in my eye. The fight itself can be pretty good, but it feels painfully average. Oh, how did Bale go unnoticed. Like that. Okay. I'm fine with Bale being there. All right. Romina, I feel like the flow of this fight almost like, because Orin of the Water has a good flow, right? Romina can also have not as good of a flow, but still flow in a similar way with which how her movements and her attacks are. Um, I'm going to give her a B. Better than a spider. She's better than a spider. Mesmer, I think we only. Jeez Louise. Come here, Mesmer. I do think like Mesmer is really good. Now I'm like noticing if I'm like not putting like Concert Radon up here, and I feel like Midra shouldn't be an S, but it's definitely not an A fight because Midra is also really good. Mesmer I feel is a little better than Midra, but not as good as Sister Frida. So yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel that. I'm feeling that. Feeling that. Okay. So these three are tentative S's. Tentative. Like honestly anything like up here. Everything's great. All of them are really good fights. It's just that it comes to like just personal taste. Now for our final. So this, if you want to be real, this fight is a lot of bullshit. Promise Consort Rizan, but it also is really good if you once you get the feel of it and the movement down, and get sometimes the right RNG. It's a super amazing fight. But due to like frustration and like I think everybody who played the DLC and got to Promise Concert Redone spent a long time trying to get him down. And I imagine if you got him down quick, your subsequent playthroughs were not as quick. He's very frustrated. Um, I will put Promise Consort Radon due to the amount of frustration he has caused. And they fixed him a few times. And he's kind of easier now. I mean, I still think Starscourge Radon is a better fight. But this is a better version of Radon. I put him with Manus because there's a lot of bullshit. Manus at first can give you a lot of bullshit. So bullshit brothers right here. Manus and Promise Consort Radon. Oh my god, guys, that took a long time. 2 hours and 9 minutes and counting. But that's how it looks. Man, I'm I'm not going to revisit this again. But yeah, that's how we look, man. That's how I guess we stand. Whatever weird, bizarre matrix I used or system I used was just all over the place. But I can live with that. And then in our top tier, hold on, we got like one of everything. We didn't get any demon souls, I think, into the top, right? Yeah, there's no demon souls. We Yeah, I guess by S tier, if we want to break it down, Dark Eater Madeir, Ludwig, Ishin Sword State, Slave Knight, Gale, Sir Ravon, Knight Artorias, Orphan of Cost Names, King, Demon of Hatred, Ishin Ashina, and Sister Frida, Mesmer, and Midra. That is my top tier. The rest, Christ, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not gonna bother. Watch the video. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this. I hope you have a splendid, splendid morning, afternoon, night. And if you like what you saw, please like, share, comment, subscribe. And we'll see you later. Peace out.